Yo, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be ruling out all the ghosts and I'm gonna be showing you how I play and also kind of describing slash walkthrough of each and every one of my games on zero sanity and zero evidence. And this is exactly how you're gonna win every single game and rule out ghosts very easily without having evidence but also no sanity. The classic 10x multiplier. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, hopping into the first game here. This is my loadout right now. Okay, I don't have tier 3 firelights at the moment, but other than that, this would be tier 3 as well, and this would be tier 3, but this is really all the essentials for no evidence runs. I like to automatically start off with a crucifix, salt, and a smudge. The reason being is you hold the crucifix when you run in. You always want to hold it because playing on zero sanity, the ghost can kind of just spawn right away. So you're gonna want to hold the crucifix and the salt. Just immediately put it down to check for a wraith, and your smudge. The reason for smudge is because if the ghost spawns somewhere else, you could, not get trapped, and you could actually smudge it. So first thing I do when I open the door and I just run in all the way to the kitchen. That's the first thing I do, and I put down my salt. After I'm done putting down my salt, I build a pile. I build a pile for a pulley. Okay, it spawned. Knock off myling. It's too loud. Also, normal footsteps. Haven't seen it yet? Okay. Normal blinks. Normal line of sight speed. So, it can't be a Hantu. This is what I'm going to mark off, okay, guys? It also stepped in the salt. Off the bat, we can mark off a lot of things. Mark off a myling, because that was too loud. Mylings have very, very quiet footsteps, and you cannot hear them unless you're very, very close. And I could hear it from far away. Also, it's not a Raiju, because it did not have that bass-boosted heartbeat, or also distorted heartbeat. It sounded very, very normal. It is not a Moroi, because Morois on zero sanity would be very, very fast, okay? Not that slow. It is not a Diogen, because a Okay, the ghost is very active. As expected from zero sanity. We're now going to do a yokai test. Opening my radio allows me to see if it's a yokai. And it is roaming to me immediately, so it is not a yokai. Still, same speed. Okay, it is not a yokai after that. It is also not a poltergeist because, as you can see, the table, it was really not throwing like anything. A poltergeist would be absolutely chucking everything off that table. So it is not a poltergeist. Okay, it's not a wraith because it stepped in the salt. Very, very easy. It is not a phantom because the blinks were not super, super long, meaning as a phantom, the blinks are, it'll do blink and then be invisible for like 2 seconds, and then blink and then be invisible for 2 seconds, and then blink and be invisible for 2 seconds. We're just gonna smudge it now because I did kind of, we should just get a smudge timer started anyways, but it's not a phantom because the blinks were normal. It's not also an Oni because an Oni would be very, very visible. During, wow, let's turn on the breaker here. We could also rule out Hantu for other reasons, as being it is not have breath and the breaker was off. Hantus will have breath when the breaker is off. And it's not a Revenant because they're very, very obvious. Revenants are very, very slow when they don't sense you, and then when they sense you via line of sight, electronics, or talking through the radio, then they get super, super fast. Okay. We got a ghost event. Doesn't really mean anything. It hasn't thrown anything, and it switched rooms, by the way, guys. It has switched rooms. So we can mark off Goryo, because Goryos do not switch rooms. It is now in this room, the kitchen, which kind of sucks because it's also not an Obake. Oh, never mind. It spawned a little further away, so that's actually nice. I don't have a smudge, so I'm gonna crouch, guys, so that it doesn't get its line of sight on me, just so I don't die. Still normal speed. It's a very, very boring ghost. I will say it's a very, very boring ghost. I'm gonna go grab some more supplies. We're gonna do an Onryo test here. Okay, it spawned again. Still very normal. It's just a very normal basic ghost. I've not seen it shapeshift. Based off that, I'm gonna say it's not a Jinn because I think a Jinn would be faster than that with the breaker on. It could be a shade. We don't know that yet. It's definitely not a mimic. I feel like a mimic would have mimicked something by now. Obviously not a Thay. Thays are the quickest ghosts in the game off spawn. That might be a demon right there. I don't know if that was 25 seconds. Although the smudge test did come out to not be a demon, but can't cross it off yet. Okay, it blew out a firelight in the same room as me, so it actually isn't a shade. Even when it's hunting, a shade will not blow out a firelight in the same room as you. It actually might be a Goryo, guys. It is spawning in the same spot every time. Trying to juke me out here, eh? You know what? We're just gonna smudge it anyways, just to get the smudge timer going. Oh wow, I'm lagging. Also, we're gonna move. Okay, so it's in there. So we're gonna come in here. I'm pretty certain it's not a demon by now, guys, because it literally it has not done a single one of its things. Yeah, but we gotta get the Yuri test done. I just can't seem to see a door touch. It's just not. Dude, like, are you shitting me right now? Where the fuck is it now? Hopefully it doesn't come here. Still normal speed. We have yet to see a door touch, by the way, guys. So we can cross that off. My game is really laggy right now. I'm having a lot of frame drops. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, this ghost, it is just hiding things. So just to start a new game so that we can, you know, get a new one, I'm just gonna go with Yuri. I mean, I really don't know. It could still be a Goryo somehow. Not, I mean, it's actually possible. I'm just gonna scratch it. And actually, no, I'm calling it a Goryo. I'm calling it a Goryo. I said it switched rooms, but I don't think it did. I think it was in the foyer the whole time. And it was. Wow. Okay, well, we got, first off the bat, when trying to explain to you guys ghosts, we got the literal boringest ghost in the game. So, yeah. Goryos, literally the only way to tell them on no evidence is the fact that they don't switch rooms. So, literally, there's no way to rule out a Goryo other than it switching rooms, but ghosts will wander and they'll spawn in other places. So, Goryos are very hard, especially on a small map where you can't tell if it's roaming a lot or not. Alright, guys, game number 2. Gonna remember the strategy of bringing 1 crucifix, 1 salt, and 1 smudge off the bat. It is in the garage. Sounds a little slow. Just a little bit. It's not a myling. It is a phantom. See how it's blinking so slow? That is how you know it's a phantom, guys. So that was very easy. That is a good representation of a phantom. They are very, very hard to loop. And I will tell you that because they are just like are invisible. You cannot tell when it's juking you or anything like that. So yeah, guys, that is a very quick phantom. Where the fuck is a phantom? There it is. Anyways, yeah, phantoms. Also, it can't be a mimic because mimics do not mimic ghosts within the first minute. So that is how you also know that. Phantom. Reason I like tier 2 crucifixes, well, that is exactly why you... I just got another phantom, I think. Oh my god, guys. I am praying right now. I'm pretty sure I just got another phantom. Do not walk in here. Do not walk in here. Excuse me, guys. Just gonna start a new game anyways, because yeah, we literally just got 2 phantoms in a row. That is crazy. I could totally make more tutorials like this on Phas. I do enjoy playing this game and recording, so let me know suggestions. Also live on Twitch. Follow my Twitch in my bio. Starting off here, we're gonna leave the breaker off just for the first hunt. Make a small pulty pile. Okay, ghost spawned, not a myling. You can hear its footsteps very loud. It is a normal speed ghost. We're gonna call it over to get rid of the yokai test. I think that is a yokai. I think that is a yokai, guys. Yeah. It's not a Hantu. It would have been probably faster at the start of the game. Let's be real here. But yeah, guys, it did not go to me that entire time. I've had that happen to me, though. You guys gotta be careful when doing yokai tests. I recommend doing them twice. I recommend doing them twice because sometimes the ghost will just not go to you, even though it's not a yokai, and it's really, really frustrating when that happens. So I like to do 2 yokai tests just to be sure. But right now, I'm definitely settling with yokai, but I'm gonna also show you guys what I'm crossing out. Moroi, it's not as fast. Morois are way faster and very easy to tell. Same for Diogen. A Diogen would be very fast without sensing me. We're gonna do another yokai test, guys. See, now it goes to me, but that could have just been because it wandered. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see. That's rough. That's rough, right? Because now we're not certain. Now we're not certain. All right. Usually yokais, they can't detect you. Normal ghosts, when the radio statics, they instantly detect you, right? But yokais, it's not until they get even closer that they detect you. So that could still totally be a yokai. But I can't cross it out because it did go to me. And now it turned off the breaker. Not a Jin. Also not a Hantu because it was not as fast at the start, which it should have been. It's not a myling, and it's not a Raiju because of the heartbeat. It's not a poltergeist. It would have been throwing more. Would have cleared this table. Not a revenant, obviously. Revenant would be way faster. Not a phantom. Normal blinks. Not an oni. Another yokai test, guys. To be fair, it is spawning all the way over there. See, it is eventually roaming to me, but it's not. See, this is an annoying thing, guys, because I hate when yokais do this. If it is a yokai, that's just gonna be very annoying. But it's not a wraith because it stepped in salt. Next hunt, we're gonna smudge it. Ooh, door close event. Next hunt, we're gonna smudge it to get a smudge timer and also grab more stuff. I don't think it's Snowbake. It has not shapeshifted in my vision that I've seen it, and it is not a Fae also because stays would be very, very fast at the start. I might have to cross out yokai now because it's gone to me the past 3 hunts. I did say I'm gonna smudge it, so. Yeah, I don't think it's a yokai anymore, guys. Sticking pretty well. It's sticking pretty well. Bro, yokais, I was really confident it was a yokai at the start, and now I'm crossing it off because that's just how the game goes. You gotta have multiple tests. Like, the game will try to trick you. Where is it spawning? Where is it spawning? I literally, I need to do a better job of hearing where it comes from. Like, that's very important, knowing where the ghost is coming from, because it just helps for every aspect of finding the ghost, ruling out Goryo, um, setting it up in the room, stuff like that. So yeah. All right, so we got the raker back on. I'd like to get a door touch just to see. But yeah, again, guys, another boring ghost. It's probably not the mimic. It probably would have mimicked something by now that is different. But it's still possible it is a mimic. You know, one more yokai test, because why not? Actually, wait. No, that's not a demon, actually. Yeah, it's definitely not a yokai, guys. Double juke right there. So you always gotta be careful. You always gotta be careful. It hunted perfectly after a minute 30. Then it blew out the firelight. Not a shade. It was a door slam, so we can't count it, unfortunately. But it's now over here, so that's gonna be very, very helpful for us. Okay, blowing out the firelight again. Also not a demon, guys. Or actually, you can't technically cross it off because it could have hunted after. It doesn't need to hunt within the minute 30, but demons can hunt after a minute of being smudged, opposed to other ghosts, which is a minute 30. Second guessing myself with this bolty right now. I don't know why, but it never hurts to do a second test, guys. It never hurts. It is not an Onryo. We're gonna move this back so it doesn't catch it next hunt. I already had that marked off for some reason. But it is not a spirit because it didn't. Spirits have to wait 3 minutes after being smudged, and that goes perfectly minute 30. So, not that. Definitely not that. This throwing stuff over there. Could be twins. I haven't heard a double interaction yet, but the speeds, I can't be certain. You can never be certain with twins. To be fair, we haven't gotten the fast one yet. I don't think it's twins. I do not think it's twins. Okay, so these are what we got left. It's always these. Break her off again. Making it really annoying, but I don't think it's a Mary Bro. It's shut off. No lights. If this is another Goryo, I swear I will lose my mind. I'm not even kidding. Just get over here. Yeah, it's definitely not a poltergeist. Another double juke. Coming back for round 2 here. I'm gonna smudge it because let's get another timer going. And let's go find this room because I have no clue where it even is right now. It's low-key being weird. But I think it's in the foyer. Or actually, is it in here? Or is it... Okay, yeah. Wait, foyer? Foyer. No. It's living room, right? It's like this whole area. I think living room is technically part of this. Yeah, it's living room. But, let's also turn the breaker back on. It might be another Goryo, guys. And, like, if it is, that's really gonna suck because, I mean, how am I supposed to... I don't need this. No, actually, let's just grab this for a Banshee whale. Banshees have their own specific sound that is a whale on the parabolic microphone. That's very easy to tell. I'll put it just so it can't spawn behind me. I'm just gonna face this direction. And we're gonna, okay, minute 30. Shut off the timer. Doesn't really matter after a minute 30 what happens. Okay, instantly hunted after a minute 30. I'm gonna cross that demon. And that is an event. Oh, lag, holy. But that is the third time. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot. That was just because it hunted. Alright, well now we have no cruci to protect us right now, guys. So we're gonna just sit in this corner. Very unlikely to spawn on us. But, guys, we might be dealing with another Goryo. That's an Oni event. Or a non-Oni event, I meant. Yeah, you get what I mean. Airball. Still chucking stuff in there. I'm gonna try to actually listen. I'm gonna listen. Ooh. Another breaker shut off. Wow, it almost spawned on me, guys. That is really, really bad. Wait a minute. That's low-key twin speed, though. Very, very hard to tell, man. Twins are always a pain. I will tell you that, guys. Twins are always a pain. They are always a pain. Percent difference. 10%. But it will not. It's still in here. Right? Guys, 10% difference, bro. That's annoying. Yo, but it has been throwing a lot of things, and what I've found is twins will like to throw a lot of things just because the game is trying to give you a twin interaction. Twins, they can throw things at the opposite sides of the map. So if you get like a thrown item here and a door touch across the map, it's very easy to tell it's twins. Could just be the slow twin again. But it sounds normal, right? It was just that one hunt that I thought it was a little faster. Guys, I don't know. I might have to just go Agorio again because these ghosts, I mean, man. It's still spawning in like that living room, like the foyer area though. Guys, I have to call it, bro. I have to call Agorio again. And to be fair, we still don't know. Dude, if it's a mare, I turned on so many lights and it was not interacting with any of them. Banshee, no Banshee whales, and it was not roaming to me like at all. So we're gonna cross Banshee off. The only two left are Yuri and Goryo. I never saw a freaking door touch, so I can't rule out Yuri, but for the sake of the video, we're just gonna call it a Goryo again, and if it is, I'm gonna be pissed. Or if, I mean, if it is or if it isn't, I'm still gonna be pissed either way. Because Goryos suck. We all know that. It was a demon. So, demons are very, very hard to tell when the ghost doesn't do the demon ability. Very, very annoying. So, ending off with the bad note, because that fucking sucks. I did say, if you caught it, I said that hunted quick again when I was sitting in the kitchen after turning on all the lights. But both smudge tests, it hunted perfectly after a minute 30. So, yeah, really nothing you can do about that. Anyways, y'all, if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, want me to give you more tutorials like this, feel free to let me know. I'll be reading the comments. Also, if you want to watch these live, I'm live on Twitch over at Zach Cuzzo, link in bio. Anyways, though, make sure y'all subscribe and like the video. Anyways, peace.